I didn't trick you into singing on recording this time. Also, I didn't restart my laptop before this stream because I had to restart it earlier today for an update because it was being super slow. So let's just hope it works.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Also, you're going to be Miles tonight.
Am I?
Yes. February 9th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Do you want to also be Iris, or should I take her back?
Doesn't matter to me. Whoever you
are. Mr. Larice feels that way about me?
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing.
Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. I was saying drag it out.
I have this fish hook right here. I will stick it down his throat, reach around until I find what he saw, and then drag it out. Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today?
No. I believe that none will be the first one to take the stand.
Mom.
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime.
Blink, 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 blink.
I just want to ask you one last time.
Yes, I am single. What?
It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donim, correct?
That is correct. It wasn't me.
Very well then.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed, if everyone finds out that you're Spider-Man...
Don't worry. I made the necessary arrangements.
I see.
Iris. It's a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am the defense attorney. A good one at that.
What defense attorney? I would kick his ass at defending.
A defense attorney's job is to believe in people. And to believe until the bitter end.
And also to be better than right.
And I am always better than right, despite right always being right. That's what my friend told me once.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted.
Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Don't call me sir, I'm only like a year older than you.
I definitely like your voice better than mine. I'm not being the judge if I have to be the old lady and I have to be Miles. I don't like voicing the old man, the old judge.
Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris Hazakura Temple, A.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case.
Indeed.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case now, don't you know? It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant, and I'm drifting over to Southern.
Objection!
Oh, was that a whip? Franziska von Karma! She's so pretty!
The prosecution stands pretty. And
Okay,
ready.
now I know why you didn't want to voice both Miles and Franziska. I understand.
And you are? Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma? Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma. That is all. The only one left in existence. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office, also no one so smelly either. There isn't? I'm sure, once before in this forum. Ah! I told you, there is no such smelly weakling. What is that, a whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip and...
Hold it!
I have no objection to the whip.
You're not the one she used it on, Bucko. You don't get a say in this. You don't?
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. And that's where I stand to here, and that's what I stand here to prove today.
This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today, but looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you to slip through my fingers.
I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Good.
Okay.
Allow me to add to the list of things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my courtroom. Whoa! This stage
You
is
obviously
set.
have never met this crowd, Judge.
This
Except
stage is
for-
set. Except for...
I mean, the judge has met Miles before. But anyway.
No, he's mistaken. He's just imagining things. There's no such weakling. The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case, with as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dunning. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue, which was also ceremonial, probably. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well, the court accepts this photo of the crime scene.
Crime photo. The courtyard will Elise Dunham was murdered.
There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand.
And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Oh,
Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stop being an egg.
if I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain-plagued witness.
Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. See, you can tell he's Canadian because he says please. Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Little me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You get it? You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone.
But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Whoa! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once. That means you, Your Honor. Okay. You want me to leave?
No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. And I like to suck lots of dick.
She's a foxy grandma.
In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest.
What's that you're snacking on?
Chips.
Can I have some?
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you. They were delicious.
There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
Let us hear what you have to say, then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh?
Fuck, he did say a boot. Fuck. He is Canadian. The night of the murder. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but...
You said what?
Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. Ooh,
You said what?
So I left Iris to help with the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple.
You said 2.
There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak.
That's what she said.
It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. A large dick.
A large dick, you say? So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple?
Yes, you could say that. My back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made.
Large dick. I must investigate further. Was it mine? There is only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at your first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? You know what? We probably should give you a refresher on the evidence because it's been a few days and your memory is your memory.
My memory is shit.
That's what I was getting at, yes.
We're seen from right. He wasn't serious when he gave this to me, was he? Magatama, proceed from right. Something about reading people's hearts? What utter nonsense. Victim's staff, carried by Elise Donin when she was alive, has her fingerprints on it. Shitty Shito has blood on it now. The apparent murder weapon has the victim's fingerprints and the suspect's the victim's blood and the suspect's fingerprints on it. I can speak.
Also, is no longer bent.
Hanging scroll.
Very pretty.
Shows Misty Faye, master of the crying technique.
Damn fine MILF.
Iris's hood, received before the lights out bell that night of the crime, protects from evil spirits.
Note to self, does not work. I tried it on, Larry was still there.
Note to Iris, found in the main hall. Maybe she dropped it.
To Iris of Hazakura Temple, salutation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come, unless you want your secret to be exposed. Fucking Larry.
Hazakura Temple map. Shows Hazakura Temple and the surrounding area.
Here it is, minus the bridge.
Weather data. A regional weather report for the night of the crime. Eagle Mount. I don't remember reading this one. Anyway, Eagle Mountain weather for February 7th. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Lightning 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Occult New Year's issue. An occult magazine featuring
New Year's Eve.
featuring Hazakura Temple.
Isn't this bikini awful pretty?
Isn't Miss Bikini awfully gorgeous? Photo of Elise, taken by her own pupil, Loris Dunham.
Larry Butts. Wait,
Larry Butts.
Is that a castle in the background? Why is there a castle in the background? Where were they?
Saucy. Iris' testimony. Rang lights out Bella at 10 p.m. and was there in her room until the murder was discovered. Lisa's autopsy report. Time 10 to 11 p.m. Cause loss of blood from stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Crime fell. The courtyard where Elise Stoneham was murdered.
Oof, now that's a pain in the back. Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination.
What is this inner temple?
Well, it's certainly not the outer temple.
Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right?
We'll be the ones asking you the questions, madam.
In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There was a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. They suck my dick. And how exactly do you help with this process?
By providing
letting
a dick they can suck.
It is all quite exacting. Exacting? What does that mean? What does exacting mean?
Exact. What do you think it means?
I never heard exacting used like that before. I know what exact means. Demanding. And this is not what I thought it meant. But anyway. It can't be performed without a nun supervising.
And providing the dick they suck. So what you're saying is, if all had gone as if the murder hadn't happened, Maya would have been sucking Bikini's dick. Although
yeah.
Although Bikini had to head back for a bath, so I guess she would have been sucking Iris's dick instead.
Yeah.
Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies.
A tutor with a whip, in your case.
I mean, that is how you motivate students, is it not? All teachers carry whips.
If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place?
Hold it!
Violently. That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in the winter.
It keeps threatening to lash out and stab people.
I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and a fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training. I wish I were dead.
I wish you weren't dead.
On the night of the murder, what's this fabulous back of yours hurting again?
Ooh, you think I'm fabulous, do you, pretty boy?
That's right, raging like a son of a bitch. I almost fainted once or twice.
Oh, Pigpen. I misread that at first as raging like a bull and a pigeon.
I wrote pigeon too. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off.
It's okay, Maya could have channeled you if that happened.
Hold it!
You left to help. You left Iris to help with what? What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. Come on, have you been listening?
Iris has her own strap-on. It's almost as big as my dick.
It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper.
Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple?
Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolytes so that they don't pass away. What? Just to confirm this point again, that night. You met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions.
Hold it!
So you returned to Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath? My back is to blame for everything. I tell you, it's my fucking back. It's a do or be done in kind of world, after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking?
Ooh, interested are we?
My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on in your mind. You want to see my dick too, don't you, dear? I'm good at sucking them too, I'll tell you that. I bet your next question was going to be, are you going to suck my dick?
Where exactly did you wash? And the answer is, my dick.
This is why you have to watch the young ones. Hey, Carl. What are you going on about? Oh!
Pathetic Miles Edgeworth. I'm pretty sure that's the first time that Franziska whipped Edgeworth. The lowest of the low.
First time? You think it won't be the last? It's never the last.
I just heard
There's
some
some sort of
squeaking.
pick me sign stuck to the defense's bench.
I just heard some squeaking. Do you have a mouse you're feeding to one of the cats?
I have cats, and they're squeaky.
Oh, you should oil them up then.
Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand, so...
Hold it!
After I had finished... The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard.
We call it the Winding Way. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime take place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. No. You gonna wag your finger again? No? Okay. Just gonna blink at me? Oh, there you go. No. That certainly seems to be true.
There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are, and the answer is probably not that good.
Okay, so what's not in line with the evidence?
It got real again. That one. Next one. Next one. Evidence? No. No. Why? No. No. That one? Maybe? I don't know. 'Cause...
Objection!
Okay. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid.
The master trials, as a matter of fact.
The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Or is it called the Trial of the Sword? Whatever that gauntlet that the Breath of the Wild DLC added was called.
Trial of the Sword. Fucking hate that.
Yes, well, to be a witness, you have to pass the entire thing.
Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task.
I'm a Breath of the Wild expert.
I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of Hazakura Temple. Or
Honcho.
Honcho. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me.
Thank you for not calling me Miss Ho.
Discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all! No, she said that.
A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
But that's completely illogical.
It is the witness who has the back that needs covering.
The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes. Uah! All people lie. That is my belief. I'm lying right now. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question.
Dear, you're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you? I won't be sucking your dick later, sir.
The only game I want to play is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. I hate Breath of the Wild. Well, that isn't exactly what I mean, if you want to suck
my memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in the winter.
Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence.
Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick.
Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. Then let us return to the cross-examination. I've literally never met anyone in my life who says about instead of about. Have you?
Never. And it's a big Canadian thing, but I've never heard anyone say it like that. Maybe it's like a mainland thing. I don't know. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training. In her temple, she was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner.
Okay. So this is the new statement. So
Can we
does it contradict anything in the evidence?
What was she dressed up when we had dinner? I don't even remember. Oh, she was wearing her thing. Yes. Because she gave it to Phoenix. Her hood. There you go. Witness, let's get one thing straight.
I am not.
The defendant whom you claim to have met He was wearing this demon warning hood, correct? Of course! As a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there. Why do you have that?
That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Where are you going
If
to,
the-
Arby's?
If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood.
We might have a doom incoming.
Doom? Not that feeling at all exposing like this to see why Wright gets off this. I'll understand the happy look on Wright's face every time he does it.
Order in the court, witness you. Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Spares, well, I do tend to make too many of them.
I see, a stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? May I
Watch
have
out,
one?
Phoenix has to come in as a witness and be like, I did indeed get that hood that night. Each nun
Well,
is
no,
only
what-
given
what-
one hood.
Well, no, what Franziska's arguing is, it doesn't matter if Phoenix was given one, Iris could have gotten another.
Yeah. Each nun is only given one. This should be the only hood that Iris owned.
If she stole another one, I'm going to spank her raw. Then this is quite strange. Wow! If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction here. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away with that that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. What the fuck is that line? Hello, edgelord. The seeds of doubt.
Witness? While I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this.
Sister, you shall continue with your testimony and keep your posh accent to a minimum. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on the way back to the inner temple.
The seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart.
Oh my, how poetic.
They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit.
Have you noticed that the defense attorney pen is actually on Edgeworth's sprite now?
Oh my god. I did. It's so small.
That's what she said.
Contradictory stimulation.
Like how you're not even acknowledging that.
What do you want me to say?
After my bath.
I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look, and
It was in a book.
Iris was, oh, Mr. Police, and with that sword of all things. Mr. Galise was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair.
Oh. Okay.
Or, well, something like that.
This judge.
Is he friends with Gumshoe?
His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
Lamau Edge.
I would look the fool if I
I
commented
do,
on
my
such
beloved.
foolishness.
Hi, Starburst. My beloved.
How are ya?
Anyways, this case is mine, Miles Edgeverse. Doom, you said you had a pickup line that was too good to type out?
Yeah, it's because I want to do a Bane impression.
Oh,
Starburst,
goody.
are you my mask? Because if I were to be parted from you, it would be quite painful.
Here I thought you were going to say, are you my mask? Because I want to wear you on my face.
Oh my god.
I mean, only like that would be too bold.
I mean, if you're gonna break out the Bane impression, you might as well go big or go home.
That's fair.
Calling everyone by their full name. Can you do something about the habit of yours? I finished my bath around 11. I thought I should return to the inner temple.
I think this is the cross-examination part, so...
Hold it!
How far is it from your room to the inner temple? Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. It's about 15 minutes to Dusky Bridge from Hazakura Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge.
Still, you never made it back there that night, did you?
That's right. I was heading along the walkway through the main hall. And I was walking back. I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and...
Is it a book?
You say you heard a noise. Thump, just like that.
I want to hear your Franziska voice, actually. Read this
No.
line.
No, I won't be able to do it.
I mean,
Do
I
it.
could try.
Yeah, I'll
I
do
mean, do I have to do like a French accent or something?
German.
Franziska von Karma.
Yeah,
She-
I don't know how to. I don't think I can do that one.
I can't do a German accent either.
I don't know.
Don't think, just feel it out.
Okay, I'll try. That could only be the sound of the victim falling.
See, Star? It's easy.
No,
You
it's
have to
not.
try
I
now.
can't do an accent.
You only
I don't
think you can't.
Okay, I'll try. That could only be the sound of the victim falling. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I hate doing accents.
You hate speaking English, don't you?
No, I just hate. I don't know. I hate speaking. I don't know. I've gotten a lot better with it, but it's fine. I started streaming, but I hate hearing myself talk, and I hate messing up things. But I've gotten more comfortable with messing up things since I've started. But accents are like.
I'll
Some
make a
are
voice
really-
I'll make a voice actor out of you yet, Starburst. Mark my words.
You will not.
And Doom will help.
It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches.
Of course, Doom has an ulterior motive. He just wants to hear you do your goth voice more often.
Thump, just like that.
But then, couldn't this noise you heard have been snow falling to the ground?
I never thought of that.
Oh ho ho ho! The next one to laugh gets a whipping.
Oh my!
Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and...
Is Doom about to start simping for Franny?
Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things.
Hold it!
This is the second time the witness has testified to seeing the defendant. But some doubt remains in these claims. Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it is you saw as clearly as you can. Well, you're a handsome young man, and so I'll forgive you. Don't worry, I'll still suck your dick later.
This lady is like a female Doom.
Oh my
With all the
fucking
simping
god.
she's doing.
Oh,
Oh,
now that you
wow.
mention it. There was something awfully strange about her. Something that has been bugging me all this time.
We should change Doom's name on the server to Doom the King of Simps.
Please don't keep us in suspense. Her hood.
That we just established she wasn't wearing. A hood?
That's right, it's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. I thought something was out of place, but... Oh, wait.
Oh, right, I forgot. We established that Iris was wearing her hood at the Inner Temple, but apparently not when she was doing the stabbing.
It all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Someone named Phoenix, right? Her!
Ha! You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeverse. So Doom, what score would you give Franziska on your simpometer from a scale of 1 to 10?
What? I don't know. What?
Franziska von Karma, she's so
I mean,
pretty.
she did have a fucking whip. Like, but that's terrifying to me as a black man or as a half black man because, you know.
Oh.
Well, if you're gonna play the race card.
But for real though, like a fucking whip, that is terrifying. It looks cool, but it's a terrifying thing. No thanks. That oh my was out of both terror. It's like that was out of terror.
You were scare roused.
Yeah, basically.
Mommy. What's that?
Also, I just remembered that there's a profile for Franny now in Edward's voice, and you haven't read it out yet.
Oh god, hang on. I gotta go back to full screen. Franziska von Karma, age 19. My mentor, Manfred von Karma's daughter. Born and raised in Germany. Prosecutor at 13.
I fucking love that prosecutor at 13.
Yeah, Germany's weird like that.
Oh my god, that is amazing. That is the funniest thing ever.
What do you say, Mr. Edwards? Is this testimony important?
It's important.
You're important.
You're important to me, Stoker.
It may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage,
Your face is important.
but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these statements. Hang on. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony.
Miles Edgeverse. If you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip. Witness, add that statement to your testimony. And prosecution, please stop suicide baiting the defense.
Oh my god.
No problem. Now that you mention it, Iris didn't have her hood on. Press.
Hold it!
You are
Are you
sure.
sure about that?
Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes. We like
careful.
to... Hey, careful. I didn't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yes, that's it.
And also, we are
Not
poor.
There's absolutely no need to explain yourself. Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out. Except I didn't mention it till now, strangely enough.
Like me holding a vivid puppy instead of my whip.
At least then it might bite you and not someone else.
don't be silly, Miles Edgeworth. All dogs love me.
Iris didn't have her hood on, I'm sure of it.
Very well. Now, please tell us about the victim, eh?
I feel like statement's important, but like we don't really have anything that like contradicts it, so yeah. Just keep wrestling, I guess.
You gonna read these?
Oh, Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard.
Kethel says, "Whoa, different judge this time?" Yeah, he's Canadian.
Hold it!
That's the only joke they have
Hey.
for him.
The
Well,
room the
that's
victim
not-
was staying in.
Well, I tell a lie. They have two jokes for this guy. One, he's Canadian. Two, he's a pervert.
Now, yeah, those lines. So, the room the victim was staying in overlooked the courtyard. Correct?
In the previous trial with this judge, there was a witness who was a 19-year-old college student, a female college student, and the first thing he said to her was, "You look as delectable as a double in a dozen donut holes. I just want to hand down a verdict already so I can have a bite." Which was, wow.
Sussy Baka.
Which means the victim's room was on the second floor.
No, Hazakura Temple is a single-story building, but the mountain itself slopes downward.
But this ass don't.
Interesting.
Which elevates the main gate side of the temple and the guest rooms in the back to about the height of a two-story building.
I see. And the victim was staying in one of these elevated rooms, correct?
Yes, I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room after all.
I thought you couldn't carry anything in winter.
No.
So
You
what is
said
the
you have
proof?
bad whack. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
After, huh?
Interesting. Oh, okay, well that's I still want to press it. I want to see what she says, but...
Hold it!
What makes you so sure of all this? It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Just like that.
You're one smart sister. I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height.
Was that a hint? Can you look at the autopsy report?
It appears that the witness was not mistaken then.
Yep, I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. There's only two of them working there.
What's wrong, Miles Edgeworth? No snappy comeback remark?
Doesn't feel like she's lying. This is a very powerful testimony, too. She claims to have seen the incident in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only two things I can believe in right now.
Number one, I am better than right.
My client Iris and my own abilities as a defense attorney, and I'm better than right. Yeah, okay, so we know autopsy, last statement, woohoo.
Objection!
Impressive logic. That's what I like to say anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
The autopsy report?
The
the victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
Ah! That's right. It says after death right here.
The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Ah! Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of struggles in Miss Donham's room? She was stabbed with her sword. That would leave a bloodstain, wouldn't you agree?
Kethel says, I see Sister Bikini was standing on some boxes. Yeah, she's a short little old woman, and they literally made her they made her short specifically because this was originally a GBA game, and it was toward the end of the game. So if they made her tall as the rest of the cast, her sprite sheet literally would not have fit on the cartridge. So they had to make her short.
That's interesting.
Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Wow! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. Get it? Because I'm Canadian? However, if there was no blood in the room, then your claim that... Oh! I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware. A venous stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood, very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
Indeed. With the weapon still in place, acts like a lid on the wound.
That's cool. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Franziska von Karma, I'm so pretty. Order, order, order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point.
It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. You look like a little egg. You look like a little egg when you don't.
Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape. Especially my back and my mood.
Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
With the whip.
Oh boy, alright. I want to be whipped by you, my lady.
Further details.
When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place.
Kethel says, I think serrated blades work a little differently though, not that the one in this case was serrated. Well, I'm not sure if this qualifies as serrated, but it certainly wouldn't make a clean wound.
No, yeah.
Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I'd never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you?
Yes, I can.
And when I woke, Mystic Ami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
I see, so the statue is the guilty party.
It was a weeping angel.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth.
Perfection is impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that.
Hold it!
Blah 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah
At
blah.
that time, what's the victim bleeding?
Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course.
Yes, we've heard it all before.
I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood, not then.
She's immediately about to contradict that with like the second statement from now. I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound.
In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the incident in which the victim was stabbed?
Maybe someone else stabbed Mystic Elise, and then Iris came along and tried to save her.
Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise.
Think carefully. This is very important.
This is almost as important as Starburst is.
It's Iris we are talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth, which is not a lot. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body.
Might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory.
The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth.
I've never seen so much blood.
No, I didn't see any blood. I've never seen so much blood.
Hold it!
So what is the truth?
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood now?
That's right. Some of it has splattered onto Iris, too.
When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner.
What? I thought you said no blood was found in the room. What?
No blood was found in Elise's room. This is Iris
Oh.
talking about.
Sorry.
So she was arrested naked then.
Oh.
What? Clothes were blood flecked as well.
Arrested naked. That seems quite conclusive to me.
What should I do? Press the point further. Press further. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding.
Well, I say what I saw is what I saw. What I say is what I say.
What did you see?
Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed. But I saw the girl pour the sword out of her, plain as day.
Pulling the sword out.
Yes, like in a game of Jenga.
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like came out.
Came, you say?
Oh my.
Witness,
Kind of like
you
me
will
with the
add this.
boys every weakness.
Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony.
Oh, was that important?
More important than you could ever imagine.
I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out.
Down to the hilt, you say?
The hilt. Wait, that's the bottom of the sword, right?
That's very saucy.
That it?
Yeah.
Looks a bit. The only way this could have been down to the hilt would be if Elise had run out of blood.
Yeah.
There,
the
my
handle.
you're
Yeah,
a
that
little
is
wrong.
very sus.
Let's do a personal statement because I want to see what she says. Or not. Okay. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here.
What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar.
What? Let's
But-
fly.
You're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Wink, wink.
Bikini
Oh my
doing her
God.
Doom impression with all that simping.
Fuck you, Mikey.
Love you too, Doom. What contradictions are you talking about?
In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities.
What do you mean? Please explain your... Whoa! Explain yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this?
Sure I could. I could do it. I could do anything.
No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Oh, so you think women are weak, Miles Edgeworth? Way to be a misogynist. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail. But I can crush men under my heel and make them sim, should I so choose.
Oh my God.
The objection stands. I'm simping right now.
This is too good.
I wept a little back there, I must admit.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Good to be simping.
That isn't the only issue here.
Oh shit.
If the sword was truly stabbed in the body up to the hilt, well, just look at the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly.
That's...
We also have the problem, the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts.
a butt plug, you might say.
However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story.
You see, the blade acts like the butt plug of the wound.
Mikey.
The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding.
That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shichishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
No. I'm not finished.
Oh.
There is still one more conclusive contradiction.
You've still got more? That's what she said.
Oh my God.
This one is simple.
I'm 12 and what is this?
If the sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it?
That's also what she said.
Oh
Ah!
my God.
If the witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword.
Entire length in red. No! Order! Ah! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know of could maybe manage one, if that. That's a subqueated phoenix right there. But what does this all mean? You've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but...
Having come this far, there can only be one answer.
And that is...
The weapon used to kill the victim
Was these nuts?
was not the shichishito.
What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool.
Let's examine this again.
Can you guess what her favorite English word is?
Wow.
What was it that made us think the sword was the murder weapon?
Well,
Oh, damn.
because Mystic Ami was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us.
Mystic Ami Pei is an
Influenced
influencer.
us to believe that the Shitishito was the murder weapon.
Order!
Right.
Wah! So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here thought everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth?
If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question that rises.
The obvious question rises?
Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to?
Up your butt.
It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw on the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say something?
No, guilty.
I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister?
I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there.
What exactly are you going on about here? By the way, I'm Canadian. Did y'all forget?
The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what?
You what, mate? Well then, I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen?
Walled woman.
Location of the weapon.
Inside your mother's ass, I found it. Murder around 11 p.m. After asking that it had been reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks. Tracks indicate the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon to Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She could have because she can drive a snowmobile after all.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time.
Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know.
Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. We've known this all along. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
Terry?
The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Tracks photo added to the court record.
Track's photo, taken that night, from main gate to Dusty Bridge.
That solves your pesky little problem, yes. The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
she really go to the river to dispose of that murder weapon?
Maybe she ate it instead. Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
Hold it!
You are sure about the time?
Yes, I was worried about it after all.
I mean, that's 10 to 11, not exactly 11. Alright, whatever.
Why was that?
Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of the year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time.
Jeffel says they could also check if the snowmobile's gas tank is missing any fuel.
That's cool.
I mean, it's not really a question of whether the snowmobile was used or not. We have photos of we have photographic evidence that there are tracks. It was used. That's not in question.
I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple.
Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least.
Keffel says, yes, but I meant how much it was missing and then how long it was used for. It's a trivial detail. Please continue, sister.
Hold it!
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct?
Hey, it's me, Phoenix Wright.
Right, the one who trampled me.
Seems she's the type to hold a grudge.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge.
Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. What is this, 2006?
He had forgotten it at home, apparently.
What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my bib in hand, too.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell. And there I saw tracks indicating the snowmobile had been used.
Hold it!
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls.
Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived?
Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate.
So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time.
I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? Yes, rather. I need answers to every possible doubt. Snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time?
Huh? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Ow! What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edwards?
I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used.
Ah, I see. I never thought of that. I don't think you see.
That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did.
Then answer the question, witness.
What's the magic word?
Please answer the question, witness.
Was that so hard?
I don't often go around touching hot engines, except for those who really got me grooving. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it.
Snow? That's the white powdery stuff you're on. Oh, you mean cocaine.
Yes, for some reason only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
A snowmobile covered in cocaine, you say?
There wasn't any snow on it. Curses!
It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? And probably snorted the cocaine off it. How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile?
It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusty Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those.
Hold it!
Kessel says, well, you would not need to touch it. You could probably feel the heat radiating off it when near it. Yeah, but then you have to worry about the radiation. Yeah, then you have to take the rat away.
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking.
Either that or pop some Rad-X before you approach it.
There's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain?
I think that's why the question was asked in the first place, dumbass.
It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. I don't know how it ended up there. I think it just popped out of nowhere, to be honest.
Who put that tree there? That's what she said while she was lying on the snow and swaying around, and there were Tweety birds circling over her head. Who put that tree there?
The tree and my back both went crunch, just like that. Crunch.
Crunch. Captain Crunch. I'm hungry.
I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then.
Well, did you check between the couch cushions?
Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Answer my question, witness. Did you check between the couch cushions for your courage?
Maybe I did. You'll never know there, Judge. Maybe they threw the weapon to Eagle River.
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for?
Like I said, around somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes.
It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile.
Unless the bridge was gone.
I have to concede. That is more than enough time. Like, well,
I mean, you don't need the bridge to be there to dispose of evidence. You can just toss it in the water.
I suppose. If you really want to.
Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
Iris could have done that. She couldn't drive a snowmobile after all.
Hold it!
Well, it would have been possible time-wise. But one element remains out of place here.
Oh, and what would this mystery element be? Is it dark type? Is it steel type? Is it fairy type?
The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this?
For fun.
Why go to Eagle Bridge to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods?
For fun. Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Wow! Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while? Yeah. What?
He's as over the top as always.
Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Now the score is 1,000,000 to 0.
Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there was surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Oh boy. What?
I'm just thinking, because I don't remember the solution here.
Mm. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m.
Hold it!
For about the time. Okay, so we can trust that it was 11. And
Hold it!
Mm.
Snow from 7 to 10:50.
Yeah.
Hold it! Hold it!
There wasn't enough time for the murder weapon to be thrown away. And Iris could have used the snowmobile to do it.
Hmm. Is there surely a problem?
Well, I mean, we kind of need there to be a problem. There's not really a game. There's not really a game if Iris is just guilty. I might end up having to look this up.
Sam.
Unless one of you geniuses can solve it.
Hey, look at all the
No,
evidence.
I'm too dumb. Head empty.
Okay, so we got the crawler and we got the cough drop. We
Okay.
got the staff, that's not relevant. The fake murder weapon. The scroll, that's not relevant. The hood, that's not relevant. The green mail letter, that's not relevant. The map, which is not relevant. Weather data, which might be relevant, but I don't think is relevant yet. We got the magazine, which isn't relevant. A photo of the victim, which isn't relevant.
Wait. Well, I mean, maybe it's not relevant yet. The snow, I think when the snow ends is pretty important. Oh no.
It was from 7 to 10:50, but Bikini saw the murder at 11.
Yeah. Anyway. I'm saying it doesn't necessarily indicate it was warm then, because it stopped snowing before the murder was witnessed. Anyway. Okay.
Kethel was saying if the murder weapon fell into the river, the water might wash off some of the blood. Not realizing that the river is like the river is at the bottom of a very high cliff. So like if the weapon does fall in the river, there's no fishing it out. It's just gone.
How intelligent am I? The answer is no, but I'm determined. And I think determination is more important than anything. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like the weather report is important, but I don't...
Didn't think so.
Yeah. The actual answer is your mom. Objection to your mom.
Alright, I'm looking it up.
No, why would you? Why?
If you want to keep thinking. Typing on a touchscreen still sucks. Keep getting a period when I want a space.
Let me look at... I don't know. Oh yeah, we got the weather report, tracks photo. Those are really the only, like, two important things that can really help with this. So it has to be one of those.
You want to see the evidence again?
I mean, I feel like the weather report or the track photos, the new photo we got, are the only two important ones for this, what we're talking about. But I don't think... Can I look at tracks photo again? Footprints. So we got footprints. We got that footprints. Obviously we got tracks. We got two sets of tracks. Snowmobile. Okay. Were all the statements again? I just want one more time.
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. and after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than five using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out? Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
Hmm. This is gonna be one of those things where it's just like a bullshit explanation.
Nah, we're just being stupid.
Objection!
Okay. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
'cause
well, there are two
that-
sets of tracks. Okay,
No.
I get it.
the-
Well, I mean, like, there's the walking tracks, and then
yeah,
the
but
snowmobile tracks.
yeah, and the snowmobile tracks only come back toward the temple. There are no leaving the temple tracks.
That's why neither of us are attorneys.
What do you mean? I think I figured this out without looking it up when I played this game on 3DS. I just got tunnel vision here.
Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If that were the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out of the bridge and those from coming back.
I tell you what I might have done when I played this on 3DS. I might have just presented every piece of evidence on every statement, and like just brute force save stoned it.
Fair.
Ah, you're right.
Kethel says, I incorrectly assumed the first set of tracks were covered by the snow, but the report says the snow stopped before the murder time. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. No. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. I'm
Oh,
about to make the
this
same
one-
point Kethel just did. The tracks
okay,
leading to
this
the
one.
The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't it? I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
Is there a flaw in her theory? The idea the snowfall covered one set of tracks.
It's
There is a
flawless.
contradiction.
No, it's flawless, just like Franziska von Karma. She's so pretty.
Mommy, wait.
Don't hold back, Doom. Feel free to simp.
Tracks to the river were covered by snow. What an
Sure would be a
interesting
shame
theory.
if someone were to contradict it.
However, Miss von Karma is possible.
Would you care to explain? Why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me.
Holy shit, you have evidence that talks? On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by the snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the
Yeah, I know
outgoing
it.
tracks were not covered by the snow.
Take that!
I do not control the speed at which lobsters die.
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Keffel said, kind of embarrassing a Canadian judge forgot how snow works. Well, he
That
doesn't
is
know what
funny.
snow. He doesn't know what snow is. He thinks it's cocaine.
Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after the time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The Weather report? You can report the weather? How can weather even commit crimes?
Well, at 7 p.m., but stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Ah! Oh, order! Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in.
Oh my
Ah!
god.
It's too soon to be closing the trial due to snow.
Literally.
Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct? Ah, no. You've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Yeah! Forecast data or weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? How do you pull? I am so with that. Anyway.
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, do not allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? This time I do know the answer, so I'll let you work it out.
Oh, well, it's not the attorney's badge. It's not the Magatama.
Okay, so it's the Magatama.
No.
Okay, so it must be Maya's profile.
Oh yeah, obviously. She had made it stop snowing. Ooga booga.
It must be Godo's profile. His hair is snow, you see.
He disappeared, but
You ever see Godo and Snow at the same time? Didn't think so.
didn't
Oh,
think
shit.
so.
Peach is in the chat, being silent.
No, obviously not that. No. No. No.
Protects from evil spirits and snow.
No. 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 I mean, we were just presented that. No, I assume it's just going to be the tracks photo because of the snow, because of the footprints. Right? Would have been the lady walking out. You know, our good old bikini walking out. So, those weren't covered in, so therefore, right? That's the
Alright,
argument.
if you want to try that.
Take that!
Your response, Miss Von Karma? It looks like it is still snowing in your heart, too. Shivering in the cold, you are closing your eyes to the truth. And to think you just arrived after a long, tiring flight from Germany. That was poetry. Pure poetry.
What's the answer then? I don't know what the answer is. This evidence is only going to freeze my case solid. Why?
Respond,
Like,
Miles Edgeworth.
Even if it is snowing in my heart. At the time of the murder, it had already stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple. I have
Very
no
well
idea.
then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence? Blah, 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 blah.
I have literally no idea. Is it the crime photo?
Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was dead?
Okay. I think they both show the same thing.
Okay, but what does this one show?
Yeah, I know. It's presented.
What do you know?
The victim's not covered in snow, like that's...
Take that!
Just making sure.
Unfortunately, all comes down to one point.
Unfortunately. That's a weird way to spell unfortunately.
Ultimately, sorry, I was looking at something else, and it's small, so...
That's what she said.
That being... whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right, but proving that is...
Incredibly easy. We want to know whether it was snowing or not. This photo will tell us everything. Of course, I was referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception.
And that is...
The victim herself, Miss Elise Stoneman. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words,
please be true. In other words, I love you.
if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks.
Ah! Order! Just what are you... Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to.
They point to your face.
That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for the church. That time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow.
Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple,
Vroom, 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 vroom.
the snow had stopped. Thus, the snow tracks remained. Now, I say something.
No.
This all sounds a bit fishy to me.
What does, sister?
There's only one key for the snowmobile.
And I keep it in my butthole. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But I was went there. Should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right.
But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple,
Woo!
I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
Maybe. But when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
But then, that's impossible. It's impossible.
Order, order, order in the court. What does this all mean? Nug.
Why? Then what was the snowmobile used for? Taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness could possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there would be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this.
That I am handsome.
After knowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple.
That too.
Oh, snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yes, there's nothing more to add. I told you everything that I know.
But then that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out walking, perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night?
I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in like that, Larry Butts.
An idiot, you say? That reminds me of an idiot. Larry Butts.
Unless they had something really important to do.
Like rubbing one out.
Oh.
That's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An Indian may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night.
Because I'm a wanderer. Yeah, I'm a wanderer. I roam around.
Maybe it helped to us.
Really? You know someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder?
I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind.
Which are?
First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
He watched The Incredibles, according to him. And the second being?
This individual that I am thinking of wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? It's Phoenix Wright, Your Honor.
I mean, also true, but it's
Detective
Larry.
Dick Gumshoe.
Also true. But
IFA.
also true. But
Take that!
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deladuc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. Did you know I'm Canadian, by the way?
This is Larry, but a disciple of the victim, Elise Dunham. Dunham. I know.
Or Elise Donim's student? Interesting. And why
I know
was he
it's-
wandering about outside on the night of the murder?
Look at that. I could tell them all about his designs for Iris. But I may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, this useless-looking young man... Just gonna revisit these real quick.
Oh. I see those pictures that you saved, Mikey. Send them to me.
No.
You're right, you can't. I don't have a Switch.
Why do you not have a Switch?
Because I just don't, okay, Mikey?
Who is this useless-looking young man? But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat. What exactly was it that he saw?
Damn.
I intend to extract that from him right here in the courtroom.
I have this scalpel and I have some forceps. I'm going to cut him open and extract it surgically.
Surgically.
Summon this youth as a witness immediately, and then strap him down to the operating table.
Oh, I heard strap.
While Franny was on screen. I have no choice, do I?
I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him.
Very well.
Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday. But today I'm going to get everything out of you.
Oh my.
I knew you were going to say that, Mikey. Damn you, but I love you so much.
Love you too. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please cease preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor, if I have to. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. To be continued. Okay, we've got a break in the trial at about an hour and 53 minutes. Should we keep going for whatever's left, or?
Nah, might as well end it now. No point in ending in mid.
Understandable. All right, so that's gonna be it for tonight Twitch chat. Hope y'all had fun. Hope y'all will join us on Starburst channel on Monday for more Yakuza Lad. Or are you going to be streaming the Ocarina of Time event tomorrow?
I'll do it tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, that's right. I said next time we did a seed, I would try to stream my perspective. So yeah, pick one of our channels to show up to tomorrow for the Ocarina of Time event, and then go to Starburst channel on Monday for more Yakuza Lad, and then come back here on Tuesday for the trial where we unfortunately have to talk to Larry Butts again. Bye, Twitch chat. Loves y'all.
Bye, Trisha. Love ya.
Bye.